President Trump has signed an executive order and memorandum to issue enhanced unemployment benefits. This came in early August, but a lot of states and federal agencies are still trying to figure it out to make it work. Comes after legislation to issue more stimulus or unemployment benefits hit some snags in the U.S. Congress. You may recall the U.S. House actually passed the HEROES Act back in May. Didn't go anywhere in the U.S. Senate. U.S. Senate had a bill that they called the HEALS Act. That didn't get much traction in the month of July. So this executive order and memorandum has come and gone. This is what it's called, the Lost Wages Assistance Program. It calls on FEMA, the Federal Emergency Management Agency, to issue grants to state to offer enhanced unemployment benefits that were described in the order and memorandum as being $400 a week per person. Actually looks like the federal money is going to be closer to $300 per week per person, and the extra $100 is going to come from states that have to make up the difference. There was no congressional appropriation in this executive order. You can't have a congressional appropriation by order, so that's why the funding is flowing from the CARES Act through FEMA to the states. And the states have to go ask for the money. They have to apply to FEMA for the money. The majority of states have asked for that money, and the approvals are starting to come in. The state that moved the fastest so far was the state of Arizona. They've already issued their first unemployment benefit with this FEMA grant money. South Dakota, on the other hand, has declined. They are not interested in seeking this money and making up that extra portion which the state is responsible for. States do have until September 10th to apply. State of Wisconsin, where we are, has not yet asked for that money. They have until September 10th to do so. The timing of the payments will vary by state. The state of Colorado, for example, expected to make their first payments in the middle of September, and Arizona, like we said, already made its first payment. So there is variability in the timeline. Who is eligible? This is not the same as the $600 per week unemployment benefit that came through the CARES Act. There is first a threshold that must be met, that you must already be receiving $100 per week in state unemployment benefits or federal pandemic assistance to be eligible. That's the first threshold. If you don't qualify for at least $100 per week right now, you're not going to get the extra $300 in federal money that will be coming through. This will be treated like an add-on to the existing state unemployment benefit that you're already getting. States, the challenges, they're still trying to figure this out. Like we said, they need to find the funding and they need to figure out a way to get it to those most in need. States said they're struggling to come up with their share of the money, that 25% that the states are responsible for, because they cite lower tax revenues, rising COVID costs, and a challenging time all around. States in the southern United States are dealing with hurricane season, and this is a double whammy. First, the states might have extra expenses because of impending natural disasters, but also the agency charged in approving these payments to states is FEMA, the Federal Emergency Management Agency, who would also be responding to national disasters. We could have a perfect storm of trying to battle Mother Nature and the COVID pandemic with these unemployment benefits at the same time. States are saying they're going to hit delays either way. They need to update computer systems to handle this new unemployment benefit, since it looks different from the last unemployment benefit. They're going to have to train their staff. And they're going to have to process those claims, which they had a hard time doing the last time around because of all of the logistical challenges. So what's next? The program is expected to run until December 6th. Or until it runs out of money. And it's $44 billion that it's at stake. But a lot of experts are saying the feds could run out of that money after about 5 weeks. There is still hope for a legislative fix. Hopefully the House and Senate can come together, understanding that there are still a number of people without work in need of help during this pandemic. And more help is needed. We have about 30 million people receiving some form of jobless benefit across the United States at this time. In the description below, we link to the executive order and some news coverage of this unemployment benefit as states and consumers try to figure it out.